Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the vodcast. We'll be playing an actual live event now with Blue Red Through the Breach. Continuing our Blood Moon series here. Holy crap, that's loud. With a slightly different version of Blue Moon Through the Breach we played a couple weeks back. So far, this is the final run through of the various Blood Moon decks. We've had some success with mainly Ponza, Blue-Red Through the Breach, Green-Red Garroyo, or Black-Red Garroyos, and as well as All in Red. So, trying a slightly different version. This list, how it differs from the last one, it has a couple of Vendilions and a Jace Architect of Thought in the main. The last version had Blood Moon in the main instead, and a third Blood Moon in the board. So, quick rundown of the big changes over the last version, really. This one also has cryptic commands, where I don't think the other version did. Okay, this would like to play first. So 5 lands, Bolt, Cryptic. This hand's a little sketch. We do want to make land drops, but it is risky, but I think we'll go ahead and keep it. Wish our opponent good luck. Opponent mulligans to 6. Alright, so we'll play... It doesn't really matter how big things are. Go ahead and pass. It's turn 1 Mana Idiots. Probably gotta kill that. Let's see, what lands do we have to go get? Steam Vents, Mountain. We can afford to take a little bit of damage here. Kill the bird. Keep our opponent from progressing too much. So we draw another land. Okay. Hopefully our opponent doesn't go like Devoted Druid here. Nope, just nothing and pass. Through the Breach. Great card, but we need more stuff to back it up. Okay. Going for a Blood Moon here. Alright. Interesting. Do feel bad for our opponent because we ourselves are a Blood Moon strategy, so it doesn't really impact us at all. Looks like they might be the okay, so go ahead and remand that. Another cryptic command, sure. We could draw another. Alright, Emrakul, we could just end this game now. Tireless Tracker. Counter target spell, draw a card. Okay, draw another land. Does our opponent have a follow-up? Doesn't look like it. Alright, Snap Cryptic seems pretty good here. See what our opponent does. Looks like nothing, so this is the kind of game we want to be playing. Play out of steam vents here. Opponent did draw a lot of lands, so. Their Blood Moon, don't care. A Lightning Bolt, sure. The fact that we had 4 lands, kind of 4 islands, kind of saves us here. Yeah, if we just want to keep playing draw go, I'll play that game all day. Well, don't think there's anything the opponent could have that we care about here. So, through the breach, Emrakul. Just gonna get a concession. Alright, well, we get to annihilate 6 things. Then finish you off with a bolt. So. They're sacrificing their Blood Moon and 4 lands, looks like. And go ahead and finish this. Alright. Because of the way they chose to do the Blood Moon thing. Could just finish this off now, but no sense in taking the damage. Alright, opponent scoops it up anyway. So we're up against some type of mid-range collected company Blood Moon strategy. So what cards make the most sense here? Spell Snare might be the weakest among our cards. We definitely want Kozilek's Return, Anger of the Gods. It's probably Static Caster. Maybe Pyroclasm? But the question becomes, what do we cut then? Probably... So... Some other things might be snareable, but we're bringing in more sweepers. Couple Snapcasters, Izzet Charms. Jace... Well, we might want to remove, like... Jace and maybe... 1 remand. Try it like this. See how this particular build goes. Alright, well, that's a pretty easy mulligan. So what does this hand do? This hand has a remand. Guess we'll keep it. No, we don't want another remand. Especially if they go turn 1 dork. Alright, I'm still not sure what they're on. Maybe some type of Pawns deck? Now, obviously, if they drop a Blood Moon here, we're going to be in some trouble, which is kind of ironic, because we were pretty resilient to Blood Moon, but... And that looks like what they're doing. They're either doing that or blowing up our land. Oh, so they are Ponza. Okay. Oy. We did not keep the best hand. Should have realized they were on Ponza with how they were set up. But what can you do? If they blow up our other land here, we're just going to scoop it up. Yeah, this looks like a Mulvaney Acid Moss. Yeah, there's no sense in continuing this game. Alright, now that we have a much better idea of what the heck they're on, sweepers are just nonsense, so... Alright, so get these K returns and Anger of the Gods out of here. Spell snares are pretty good, are pretty nonsensical too. Jace probably is reasonable. Like some number of negates in this sideboard, but I did just copy it card for card, so I guess this is what I get for just grabbing a deck list and rolling with it. So Roast kills Tracker, which means they're likely on the Huntmaster version. Does not kill either Inferno Titan or some of that nonsense. So, other card makes the most sense. I guess a Roast. Maybe Pyroclasm if we're trying to hit their mana dorks, but guess we'll see. Statcaster's still a little iffy. Alright, so we have Bolt, Izzet Charm, Snapcaster on Izzet Charm. Yeah, I think we keep this hand. Thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Thank you for watching the vodcast. Do apologize, I would rather have been broadcasting all day, but that thing called work and life kind of interferes. So, I think we will pass with... Play Basic Mountain. I want to fetch islands with my fetches, and I want to be able to bolt any turn 1 bird or whatever they might play, so... Hopefully they have a bird or an Arbor Elf and not a Utopia Sprawl. Yep, of course they have the Utopia Sprawl. Alright, Cryptic Command is a good card. Impasse. So I'm hoping they don't have running LD spells we care about. Blood Moon or land? Destruction. Oh, Finks. How much do I even care about Finks? Yeah, I kind of do, but I really don't. So, especially with that draw, we go ahead and play Blooded Strand. We'll take the 3. That's fine. Arbor Elf, sure. Sure. I almost feel bad for what's about to happen on end step here. I do, but they're playing Ponza, so not so much. I've played Ponza too, so I can't really judge too much. Yep, there goes your 2 Arbor Elves. Alright, so we're going to play this untapped. So we have access to Cryptic, Snapcaster, Izzet Charm, so many other possible cards here. Alright. So we have 4 mana, we're just going to take the hit here. I am perfectly fine with. Going to 10 against their deck is annoying, but not... So what do we do on end step if they don't cast anything? Stone Rain. So I think we Cryptic draw a Cryptic bounce the forest. So 2 mana, there's nothing too threatening they can play here. 3, 4. Counter target spell, return target permanent to our hand. Okay. Do this, return that. So we are effectively cutting our opponent off of a mana. And then we draw that. So I think on combat we're going to bolt the Kitchen Finks and then finish it off with Izzet Statcaster. Alright, here comes Finks. Go ahead and finish this off with a bolt. Comes back, they gain some life, sure. Alright, let's see what kind of play they have for the turn. Something like Huntmaster could be annoying. Just it looks like what they've got here. Mulvani Asimos. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. Nope. Alright, we draw a Loot House, which is excellent. We seem to be in pretty good shape. I mean, we can still obviously lose here, but Tireless Tracker. How much do I care about Tireless Tracker? Guess we let it resolve. Do the follow-up land? They don't. Because letting that resolve is dangerous if they have a land. So I have to do this now because we don't want that living. It's bad enough they get the clue, so. Alright, and Jace AOT. So 5 mana. A lot could go wrong here if I tap out for Jace. So I guess get some cards off of this. Probably get Bolt versus lands. Yeah, I think we take Bolt. Choose pile to put in your hand. That one. Any order. And pass. Crack the clue. You have Inferno Titan here or Stormbrought Dragon? Oh, Acidic Slime, sure. Take us off of Loot House? Okay. Think of all their 5-drops, that's the one I care about the least. Right, we're just going to go ahead and finish this off. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I think we have to cash in the Jace. We're just too vulnerable there. Guess what they don't realize is I already have the Snapcaster Mage. Or a Snapcaster. So... And pass. Opponent has 1 card in hand. Alright, 3, 4. Thrun. Because everybody runs from Thrun. Yeah, Thrun is a little scary. Particularly since it has hexproof. It's actually quite annoying. I think we go ahead and Snapcast Izzet Charm to draw 2, discard 2. Because we need to find draw 2, discard 2. Sulfur Falls and Roast. I think we get rid of Roast and Sulfur Falls. Well, there's an Emrakul. So all we need is one of our Through the Breaches. Alright, here comes Thrun, dropping us to 6. Don't care about Utopia Sprawl. Alright, Searing Visions is a card. Snapcaster and Sulphur Falls. So definitely putting that to the bottom. I think we'll keep Snapcaster Mage. Use Statcaster to chump block this turn. And then alright. So if our opponent has a follow-up play. Lavani Acid Moss. So 3 mana. Go ahead and remand this. They don't have another land. Of course they do. So we'll get to blow up our land here. Okay. 3, 4. Go ahead and fetch to 5, getting a Steam Vents here. Okay, remand. Possibly should have Snapcast Visions, but oh well. I think we can afford to go to 1 against this deck. What is your play? Utopia Sprawl. Go ahead and remand this. We're just looking for Through the Breach. Yep. Sulphur Falls. Okay. Now we are in danger of dying to Inferno Titan, unfortunately, so do have to keep that in mind. Hello, Mighty Torpedo. How are you? Alright. Possible we should have dropped Snapcaster Mage to double block there, but so Snapcaster Mage getting back the other Izzet Charm. Draw 2, discard 2. Oh, right there's the Through the Breach we were looking for. So don't know there's too many cards we care about here. Oh, right, I'm trying to hardcast an Emrakul. I need to be casting a Through the Breach. Wrecker. Yeah, it's slow and reactive, I'll grant you that, but I mean it's so far with blue-red blue-red Moon, just the normal version, I ended up going either 3, 2, and 4, and 1 With the other version of Through the Breach, I ended up going 4-1, and the deck overall, a lot of control decks are slow and reactive, and they have a lot of bad cards. But what you're trying to do a lot with the blue-red strength over blue-white is a lot of times Blood Moon, which this version is not playing in the main, it's playing in the sideboard, answers a lot of the bad matchups that control has. Like, Valakut's normally not great for control. A lot of Eldrazi decks are bad for control. Tron, to a certain extent, can be bad for control. Blood Moon slows a lot of those decks down and covers a lot of the weaknesses that a blue-red reactive deck that's not playing like Pass or Fatal Pushes or Terminates or a lot of the better removal cards. So, I mean, Roast is narrow, but Roast is also necessary because one of the better ways to beat, thank you D15HJ for the follow, the blue-red has a lot more conditional cards, but it's still, Blood Moon is a very powerful card and a reason to play the deck. So, this hand is fine. I mean, here's the thing with blue-red. You're playing a deck with, okay, so my opponent leads on Plains Pass. I'm guessing some type of Death and Taxes strategy, so I'm just going to hold up Spell Snare and Bolt and go from there. Especially with god-awful matching Plains. What is the only... So no play on 1 or 2. And... Alright, so let's... The thing with this deck is not only is Blood Moon a free win, but you're playing the closest thing to Twin that's not Twin. Ghostly Prison. Okay. Looks like we're not up against Twin, or Death and Taxes. It looks like we're up against Mono White Prison. Delightful. And we don't have the right hand for that style of matchup at the moment. So... Alright, Snapcaster. So... I think I want to get an island and Serum Visions here. Now that we know what on earth we're up against, no, we don't want lands. We want spells. Leyline of Sanctity. Well, this is getting fun. Probably should have bolted in response, but at the same time, don't think bolt's incidental damage is going to matter at the moment. I'm more interested in stopping any more prison pieces from coming down. Another ley line. Okay, do I care about ley line right now? Yeah, it's probably Nykthos White. I'm just debating how much I care about a second ley line coming down. think we let it resolve. Simply because the only things I'm interested in right now is finding the through the breach and... No, I don't think I do, Robson. Thank you, Mike Paulo, for the follow. Yeah, Sphere of Safety was the card that I was worried about. That's why I was like, do I really care about this? I don't think so. So I think I pitched that and Spell Snare. And then... Oh my. Well... So if they cast anything we care about, we can... Izzet Charm it? If we don't care, then we can just end step through the breach. You're boned. Have a nice day. Alright, so our opponent's casting nothing, it looks like. So currently... Alright, yeah, I'm trying to cast Emrakul when I need to be casting through the breach. One of these times I'll cast the right card. Emrakul. Alright, Island is a good card. I will be paying 2 mana to allow this to attack. I'm pretty sure you don't have any responses. Yes, I'd like to pay 2 mana. Yes. Please vacate your board. Thank you. What permanent do you keep? You'd like to keep a ley line, that's perfectly acceptable. Okay, there go your ley lines. There goes your ghostly prison. Oh, you get to keep a plains. Oh no, whatever will I do? And Emrakul shuffles back in. And then our opponent is dead over the next turn cycle. Need one more red for them to be dead now, but maybe if we show them the... Well, yeah, because creatures may not reliably kill them because there's a chance they have some type of creature removal outside of something that... Yeah, I could have. I'm more interested in playing around. I was more interested in playing Snapcaster Izzet Charm than thinking about the Snap Bolt line because the problem is we can't guarantee that they don't keep Leyline. So, I mean, it's not a quote foregone conclusion that they keep Leyline. So, well, back to your point, Mighty, if you're still in here. We don't have a lot of good cards for this matchup. So, yeah, it would be... It's fine. I'm referring... Yeah. Wouldn't be great either. Fair enough. For Snap through the... Yeah, Snap through the breach. I could see that, especially since I had the other Emrakul. But the problem with that is I would have to do it in response to my other Emrakul trigger and having to pay 2 for the attack. I wouldn't have access to that line. So we're getting a little ahead of ourselves on that one. Okay, so I have no idea what kind of stuff that deck even plays. So I guess I bring in I know the elements of their deck. I'm just saying I don't know the true particulars. Um, Probably bring in PN Kieran. Any other cards in the sideboard even makes sense? I know their primary win con, if I remember correctly, is the throne that creates angels. Yeah. No, Through the Breach sacrifices and Goroyo's exiles. Thank you, Karina Utz, for the follow. So, yeah, they actually synergize well with each other because you sack whatever you threw the breach and then you can Goroyo's it back the next turn if it's like a Gristlebrand. So, I've actually played that deck, so I understand that interaction. What do we trim here? Maybe a Bolt, since they obviously have ley lines. And we want Remands, we want our Izzet Charms. Okay. Opponent keeps their hand. We've got no interaction, but we do have Serum Visions and Desolate Lighthouse. Is that enough to keep this? I think it might be. Oh no, their deck's glacially slow for the most part. Huh? There's no way they kept a no-lander, is there? Okay, Flagstones, sure. I was like, there's no way they kept a no-lander. Just waiting until their second main phase to play their land. For whatever reason. So, Blood Moon might be reasonable. We'll see. I don't want a second Emrakul. Am I interested in Electrolyze? Probably not. So many bad cards in this matchup. So many bad cards. Alright, what could you possibly have onto? Ruined Halo. Are you going to name Emrakul? Guess that's the reason to leave in Spell Snare. Or I think we left in Spell Snares, didn't we? Yeah, I left in Spell Snares. So in order to win the game, we're probably going to have to bounce Ruined Halo, which is annoying. I don't know. I don't know the interaction between uh, Emrakul and Ruined Halo. I don't know if it protects him from the Annihilator trigger. It may, because I don't really know. Okay, there's a Snapcaster, which is not really what we're looking for here. It's probably we shouldn't have kept that hand. Defending player. Well, I know it doesn't target, but yeah, okay, that's a good enough to explain it. Really should have dug for Remand or something. See, now Blood Moon's starting to look really good when they have nonsense land-based hands like this. Even though against their last game with all the planes, it wouldn't do much. Okay, Cryptic. Now we're starting to get somewhere. So do I snap Serum or do I just bluff a counterspell? I'm almost thinking it's better to snap Serum here. Yeah, I think I'm just going to snap Serum. Yeah, I'm thinking so, Rybson. It just I don't think there's anything on 4. Yeah. Plus I need this does get a clock down, so not a great clock, but still a clock. All right, there's the breach. Son of a breach. All right, there we go. Yeah, and can always bounce the Snapcaster with Cryptic if necessary. There's a ley line coming down. Phyrexian on life. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, this game almost just feels... Game's pretty well over. Especially if we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our opponent goes land permanent. Alright, Ghost Quarter, sure. Counterbalance Plains. It's possible. Suppression Field. Activated abilities cost 2 more. And Planeswalkers and Fetch Lands. Do I even have anything? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Jace Loot House? I'm not following. Alright, so I don't think we care about Suppression Field. Oh, Jason Loot House. Okay, gotcha. What it affects. Yeah, I gotcha. Solemnity. Now there is a card that counter target spell, draw a card. Solemnity, there is a card that we have to counter. Not worried about bouncing anything right now because he can just redeploy it before we can get down through the breach. So yeah, I'm not too terribly worried about fetches because we have enough mana to operate without yeah, and we draw a fetch. No, what I was laughing at is I was playing Ponza the other day, and uh, that particular card actually kind of hurt me in terms of uh, Arbor Elf, because Arbor Elf plus Utopia Sprawl is such a Path to Exile. Does Path even matter? No. We got an island. And they'll be sitting at 1 here. So guess they felt at risk to. Because, well, it doesn't really matter which order, but I need to be able to. I could have countered bounce Rune Halo, but I need to get Rune Halo off the board. So if I were to counter bounce on right now and keep Snapcaster in play, then I would not be able to stop the Rune Halo from coming back down. So my line was to end step breach unless they played something I cared about, like either, well, Ghostly Prison I wouldn't care about, but like another Solemnity or Alright, so I think I need that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I think I want to leave this up, that way I can cryptic. Alright, return target permanent. Hand, draw a card. Turn this, draw a card. So now I can counter it on its way back down. So Emrakul's a live draw, and can that even attack? You no longer have protection from it, so Namana? Alright. Path to Exile does not work on that. Okay, I have no idea what you're trying to do here. And you're floating a mana, I get that much. Guess they're planning on keeping Phyrexian on life around. Or just scooping. Okay, that works. So, to answer your question, Mighty, in a roundabout way, yes, it has a lot of garbage cards. Red has a lot of situationally good, situationally bad cards, but so did Splinter Twin. And Splinter Twin was arguably, well, this hand's a mulligan. Splinter Twin was arguably either the top or in the top 3. Oh dear. Now we're going to 5. Sure. At least they were both. And with a name like Cheerios, what are the odds that they're actually on Cheerios? That'd be funny as heck. Oh no! They're Urza. Never mind. This could be rough. So, Urza's mine. And they scry to the top. That's scary. So, okay. If they are on... I think we still have to Serum Visions. I'm going to say if they're on Eldrazi Tron, there's not a whole lot Spell Snare counters. If they're on regular Tron, we need to get a move on, so Electrolyze, Lightning Bolt. I think we bottom the Bolt, top the Serum Visions. We want to set up as many draws as possible. Okay, it looks like they're on Eldrazi Tron, which I guess is fine. Go and get an island here. Guess I hold up Remand as much as I want to be advancing my cause here. That looks like as good a target as any. Okay. Well, I mean, if we ever get to 5 lands, bottom bolt, top that. We have Spell Snare, but as Mighty pointed out, there are a lot of, oh yuck. Chalice on 2. Okay. True, but of those decks, I think that, I mean, obviously it's hard to say in the current era. But Eldrazi is Eldrazi. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of getting around Eldrazi. I think that Splinter Twin would likely have been favored against Eldrazi Tron, simply because it plays so little interaction. And I keep drawing non-lands. Well, is this not Storm? I think that my opponent still... I just played into a Chalice like an idiot, but I think we're still in some trouble this game. If my opponent lines a Thought Knot here, we might just consider scooping. But if I hit one more land... okay, here comes Matter Reshaper. My opponent goes for Thought Knot. I might have to scoop here. Just... okay, this is probably a Ballista. Yeah. We need a land here. So 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're in a world of trouble here. If I would have hit a land drop, we could have Cryptic, tag their team, tap their team, drawn a card, and have Through the Breach lined up. But as it is, we're in a lot of trouble. I think we have one more draw step. Otherwise, we're... Thank you, Sakakia Yuya. I hope I am pronouncing that right. I apologize if I am not. And Belcher Mage. And I did miss Tipor Morosk. So, yeah, I think that's enough to... We don't want to show our opponent what's going on. And would we have hit the card we're looking for? Duh! So close. Because if we could have gone Cryptic, tag their team, or counter Thought Knot into tap their team, we probably buy enough time to Through the Breach, and then once we Through the Breach, anybody's game at that point. So 3 Ceremonious Rejection. We want Blood Moons. Roast. Probably buy Force because they've shown Chalice. They have Chalice. They have Walking Ballista. They probably also will bring in Relic, which there's no guarantee we tag any of those cards, but by Force might be necessary. So what do we cut? Izzet Charm is probably garbage. Spell Snare, for the most part, is garbage, other than Chalice on 1, which we don't care about as much. I mean, we do. Shuts down some of our cards. And what else are the cuts? Jace Architect of Thought seems pretty bad against Reality Smasher. Yeah, but the thing with them in Cavern is, unlike Ban Eldrazi, this version only runs maybe 1 or 2. I think we're going to shave a couple of, like a Remand or 2. But this version also runs fewer Caverns than Ban. So they only have 1 or 2. So the odds of them drawing it without using Expedition Map are very low. So, alright, 3 lands. So, I think we keep this hand, but it is certainly risky if they have a good Eldrazi draw. Because we have Cryptic into Through the Breach, Electrolyze and Bolt to bridge against their little guys. So Mighty, if there's one argument against this deck, it is matchups like this where a lot of the red cards do not line up well. I will grant you that much. So that is something to keep in mind. And they kept 7, which is extremely scary. Expedition map. Well, here's to hoping that this is not a precursor to like turn 2 or turn 3. Thought not. We would love like a remake. Well, Ceremonious Rejection's fine here too. Especially if we manage to... Huh. Yeah. They're going to have Tron on 3. So... Huh. Well... Snap Ceremonious Rejection, Snap Ceremonious Rejection's pretty decent. Let's see. Presuming they go get the 3rd Tron piece here. Yep. Tower unlocked. Oh. Ceremonious Rejection. Matter Reshaper? No, Expedition map. Okay. Relic. Get rid of Scalding Turn, so Snapcaster is going to be a lot less effective here. Buy Force would be a really good draw here. Alright, so... we need to draw Emrakul and a land in pretty quick order for this to be... Alright, let's see what they go get. Cavern of Souls. Give me Eldrazi. Uh-huh. Alright, so... see if my opponent is smart here. Okay, so they're not. So what's going to happen here? Oh no, it's uncounterable. Never mind. So Ceremonious Rejection does nothing here. We need another red source to kill their... yeah, I think we just Electrolyze to the face. And draw. Hopefully we draw a red source here. Okay. Or Blood Moon's fine. Endbringer in of itself is quite rough. Alright, so... Serum Visions... okay, so we have... top one of those. Play out Bloodus Moonus. And pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully our opponent cannot cast any more spells. Ugh. What is this, Walking Ballista? Yep, Ballista. Alright, there's Island. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it lined up nicely, but the trick is, what the heck are we going to do? So I can drop them to... Oh, wait. I'm thinking way too much. Way too much. Yeah, just breaching the bowl. I'm thinking, like, how do I deal with their board? How do I do this? How do I do that? Yeah, no. I'm thinking way too much. Alright. Haven't seen Blue Moon in forever. Okay, popping relic. See, this makes no sense, opponent. You're reducing the amount of... Okay. You get to keep permanents, you know this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They'll keep Endbringer. Go to 3. And then drop us to... Yeah. Sure. And bolt you. Alright. Now on to sideboarding. So do any of these cards make sense? 2 snares. I guess Vandal Blast. If I'm interested in Bioforce, am I interested in Vandal Blast? I mean, there are very corner case scenarios where you can catch Map, where you can catch Relic, where you can catch Chalice, which he may not be as inclined to leave in. Well, he might be more inclined to bring in Chalice against Ceremonious Rejection. Obviously, I'm not going to go pound for pound with him if he starts resolving his spells. So, no, it cannot. But you're still paying X equals... Yeah, I can. I can pop Chalice on 1. It would be Chalice on 2 it would not be able to get. Because it's X plus red. So I think I cut a Vendilion here. Vandal Blast actually is the one that's... the one that can't hit it. Well... I mean, our opponent's mulliganing. We have a Vandal Blast. I think we keep this and hope they don't, like, hit the Thought Knot. Okay, so we get to pop his map. Which, that's kind of cute, but... Okay. This feels really... almost too cute. Alright. Alright, now we're getting flooded on these artifact hates things. Is this okay? Chalice or Cavern? Yeah, I don't particularly care about that. Roast. Hopefully they don't have land Thought Knot here. Right, we want to draw one more land. Okay. This is going to sound really, really dumb. But during their... during their draw step, am I supposed to bounce their cavern? So they can't cast... just feels so bad. Okay, so we're not going to get punished for it. Yeah, I was thinking bounce draw, but if they had like Eldrazi Temple into Chalice on 1. Counter target spell. Draw a card. Alright, come on, we need to hit the land. Land one time. Of course not. So now I hit the land. Don't think I want Scalding Tarn. Am I interested in another bolt? I don't... Okay, through the breach. Yeah, I think we need another bolt. So, play this, tapped. Just for the love of whatever, don't have Thought Knot. Alright, just keep passing. Okay. So I think we go ahead and electrolyze here. Actually didn't need the bolt because I had the electrolyze. So our opponent... Yeah, that is correct. I should have. Ooh, opponent got a wastes. Yeah. I'm not playing optimal in terms of killing them as quickly as possible, but... Is our opponent scooping it up? Yeah, they are. Okay. So, and I would classify that as a torpedo if you're still in here. I would classify that as a case of what you're talking about cards not lining up. So, I appreciate everybody's input. Sometimes it's hard to play the correct lines when you're just trying really hard not to die. But that's, of the Blood Moon decks I play, that's why I like this deck as one of the better ones, because you have that 2-card combo that basically says, under most circumstances, this is the same as Splinter Twin. And you can also do it end step, protect it. Hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And this deck is just trying, it'd be the same as playing Splinter Twin Kiki, or Kiki and Exarch Pestermite, except there are less things that can interact with your combo, because there are less things that can interact with Emrakul. Especially in a format like Modern. In Legacy, Emrakul is a lot more... There are a lot more tools, there are a lot more things that people are expecting it. So... Zon Poctail. Just got that one. I'm a little slow on the uptake when I'm playing, I guess. Very nice screen name. Alright, Mighty. Thanks for tuning in. Feel free to hit that follow button if you want to see more of this. If not, hopefully catch you again sometime. Yeah. Very true, Robison. And, yeah, plus you have, like, goofy little corner case things like, what was that, Gilded Drake and stuff like that. So, Gilded Drake, Oblivion Ring. Alright, so this... I think this is a reasonable hand. Rather, welcome in. Been a bit since, well, saw you the other day. He ended up getting his board decimated by Emrakul after having his protection spell bounced. Oh, oh well, yay! I love tier decks. So this matchup is rough. I'm not gonna mince words. They've got a lot of disruption. Um, the version that plays Blood Moon in the main deck is a lot better off. So I'm guessing they take Serum Visions or Through the Breach here. No reason to take Bolt. Yep, Serum Visions. Leaving us with a hand of utter garbage. Ooh, Cryptic Command. However, Cryptic Command is not great against their Mighty Torpedo. Thanks for the follow before you left. Cryptic Command is a lot worse against 1-mana Stubborn Denials. So, yep. So, on a positive note, see, is this an Inquisition or another Thoughtseize? See, the problem is ouch. Gotcha, rather. So, unfortunately, this is going to be an early stream tonight because I work early in the morning. So, normally I stream a lot later than this, but weekends my schedule shifts to a little more towards morning, so I have to stream earlier in the evening. So, Serum Visions. I still don't like the art on this card. Too many bad, too many bad, too many bad jokes. So, too many bad jokes. Yeah, there's at the local shop they have a different version from it, but I'm not going to risk saying that on stream. So, yeah. Hey, you know what's really going to be bad is if we like draw uh Snapcaster Mage and we go like Bolt Snap. Oh no, it's Gurmy. So, Gurmag is going to be a little bit difficult to deal with. This is where it would be nice to have Roast. I think I'm going to go get a... Since I don't have the Blood Moon in the main deck right now. Okay, so we have a plan, but I don't know if we're going to live long enough to execute that plan. Hmm. Especially if our opponent drops, like... Yeah. Okay, so... This kind of sucks, precisely if they have... Stubborn Denial? Or actually Death Shadow, I should say. But there's no reason to hang on to it. Alright, here comes Gurmy. Now, if they have Death Shadow, we're just pretty much 100% screwed here. Alright, doesn't look like it. So, saying there's a chance. Not much of a chance, but there's a chance. Alright, Electrolyze is a card. Alright, there's G-Mag Daddy. Do they have another threat? So the funny part is if they go any lower, then Snapcaster or Bolt become outs. If they don't have, presuming they don't have Stubborn Denial. And if they have Stubborn Denial, all bets are off. Gotta love being on the Death Shadow side. Normally I'm playing against this with Burns, or playing against Death Shadow with Burns, so it's a little less like holding on to the seat of your whatever with. So next turn we're going to need to see if they fetch Shock, then they have to counter Electrolyze. Such decisions. So while we have a moment, thanks everyone for tuning in tonight. We're up to, the last was 14 viewers at the moment. So thank you very much. If you like what we're doing on this channel, feel free to hit that follow button. We also have a YouTube channel where a lot of these streams end up getting reposted at a later time and date. We've been doing, for the most part, we've either been doing testing for PPTQs or local events, and sorry, just making sure I had not DC'd and that my opponent had done whatever. We have been testing Blood Moon decks in Modern. We've done pretty much the full spectrum. We've done Scred, Red-White Prison, Black-Red Groyos, Black-Red Pack-Rat, Black-Red Avatar, or no, Demigod, Green-Red Ponza. We also did Blue Moon, Blue-Red Breach, which we're also trying again. We did... so we'll go get an island here. There's an outside shot that we're dead to K command, so we do have to keep that in mind. And go ahead and do this. Excuse me. So our opponent may have to stub this. Which is both good and bad. There's a lot of things we're dead to. We're dead to... So as far as our outs, bolts, snapcasters, if this resolves, bolts and snapcasters are lethal. And yeah. Snapcaster will also buy us a turn, which is what we need to get to breach. So, edge of your seat excitement. Be curious to know what my opponent's record is, though. Not sure if they're... Okay. Does anybody have the Jeopardy music handy? I can't play it for copyright purposes, but, you know. Could start humming it, but I don't want to scare people away. Alright. This is where it gets aggravating sometimes playing as this particular sequence of events, where your opponent's just sitting there and you're just sitting there going, okay, come on, opponent, make a move. We'd like to play Magic, not sit here and look at the same thing. Alright, are they going for K command here? Deals 2 damage, target player discards a card. Yeah, that's a problem. I think we have to discard the land. Alright, so we draw a land. Draw another through the breach. So I think I'm just supposed to bounce draw right now. Turn target permanent, draw a card. This is the game. If they have Stubborn Denial, we're just dead. So looks like they might. No? Okay. It's a very curious point in time to fetch then. So they can get Gurmag back down. Okay, bolt, snap, bolt. Yep, we lose to bolt, snap, bolt. Okay. Well, that kind of sucked. So we want roast. We want the blood moons. What other cards make sense? Rejections, no. Vandal Blast, no. Pyroclasm, no. Angers, no. Statcaster, no. Shackles, no. Kozilek's Return, no. Pian Cura, maybe. Let's see, Pian Curing over maybe Jace. So let's start with the cards we don't want. Spell Snare hits. Snapcaster, and that's about it. Which is relevant, but she have a couple of Remands, a couple of bolts. Actually, Remand's probably better than bolts. But we want some amount of outs to stuff. Huh. Not a matchup I've had the opportunity to play a lot, so maybe shave. I mean, Izzet Charm is not great against a lot of their stuff, so I guess we try it like this. This would be some of the point of what Torpedo was talking about red cards and how they don't line up great. So this version is a little bit different than the one that I played with before. I said the other version was felt a little more cleaner. Didn't have cryptics. Still don't think it had cryptics. Let me see what the other version was. The other version is Blue Moon Breach. And I guess the other version did have cryptics. Actually, it's not really a whole lot different. I guess it just feels different with the Blood Moons. I guess the Vendilions are in the main instead of. Is the difference. So, I don't know. This version just feels a little weirder. Still feels pretty good overall, but still feels weirder. So, how's everyone doing this evening? Enjoying hanging out? Hope for Ruther is having a fun time at work. Pretty soon we'll be playing his all-in red deck again, which did quite well. I was quite surprised by it, but he put a lot of time and effort into it and did pretty good with it, so we ended up, I think, going 4-1 with it. Yes, I'd like to play first. Alright, so 2 lands, Remand, Bolt, Roast. I think we keep this hand, but it is a little risky. So I have no reason to shock on 1. I'm not interested in bolting his face in response to a discard spell. So there's pass priority. The Serum Visions are okay. So you get to Inquisition. I don't know what you take here. Either probably Remand or Roast, one of the two. So maybe Vendilion, depending on the nature of their hand. So if they don't take Remand, I think we shock, leave up Remand. If they do take Remand, we probably just play Steam Vents Pass, depending on what we draw. So alright, they take Remand, we draw another Emrakul. Not exactly ideal here. Alright, another discard spell, sure. So we'll probably be left with Bolt, Roast. Oh, they took the Vendilion. That's a bit of a surprise. So okay, and they pass. We draw a Cryptic Command. Yay. So discard can definitely be a problem, much like it was for Splinter Twin. So this is something to keep in mind. See how aggressive our opponent wants to be with our life total. Opponent is taking a few minutes to determine which land to get. Okay, Blood Crypt tapped. See how they proceed. See if they have like a Delve threat here. Problem with a Delve threat is we can probably roast it. Unless they have like Serum Visions here. No. Naked Snapcaster. Interesting. On Thoughtseize. Okay, so they're going to... Right, obviously we have to bolt their snap in response. Then they'll probably take Roast, and then... we're left with a Spell Snare. Alright. Why'd they take Cryptic Command? That makes absolutely no sense. Okay, I almost feel bad for this, but I don't. Alright, Serum Visions, draw a card. Good lord. I think we have to keep both, although I'm not thrilled about it. Possible we should bottom through the breach, finding more interaction. As long as our opponent sits here and does nothing, I think we're okay. And we got Tripped Emrakul, which is not what we want. Okay, they've got the Serum Visions. Serum Visions. Very deliberate Death Shadow player. Alright, while our opponent is resolving that, I will be right back. Sorry about that. So our opponent is flipping over our Through the Breach. It was kind of annoying, but... Alright, so... Top. Not good for us. I sent some slow rolling lands. Yep, Death Shadow, sure. Remand, okay. Not the greatest card in the face of a 6/6 beating us down. All right. Delphini? Looking like it. Try to hit this with a remand. All right, so we hit our 5th land. We draw through the breach, we might be in okay shape. That's looking like we're in quite a bit of trouble here. All right, so play that and pass. We're getting hit for 10 here. Basically, I have 1 turn to draw something. And see a remand. So that's game. There goes the 5-0 dream, but we're still 3-1. Good chance to go 4-1. Death Shadow, always fun, interactive magic for everyone involved. As long as your interactions thought sees Inquisition into threat. So I think in one of the leagues, yeah, we'll keep his hand. Seems reasonable. On the draw, though, it's a little sketch, I guess. But, I mean, we still have removal spell. Oh, geez, seriously? Alright. Well, we'll see what our opponent's up to. Basic Swamp Thoughtseize, it still might be, for this deck, I have no idea. Never played against Lantern with it. Death Shadow I've actually played and beaten with at least one version of Blue Moon. So our opponent, okay, so we draw Electrolyze. Does make me wonder what the heck our opponent is on. To answer your question, rather, I'm not really sure. I'm guessing Lantern wouldn't be great, but we do have outs to Cryptic, or do have outs to Bridge, but they could always Surgical Emrakul, so it's kind of eh. Smallpox? Really hope this isn't like Tide Hollow Skull or nonsense. I have no idea what the heck our opponent's on. Maybe Black-White Smallpox? That's what I would guess from this start so far. If they're on the take our counterspell plan, they'll probably take Remand. Electrolyze. Okay, I still... Maybe... They're trying to set up for Lingering Souls. So... Yes, feels like Lingering Souls. Alright, so we go ahead and remand this. Draw another Through the Breach. See what we draw on our turn. Draw Serum Visions. Go ahead and Serum Visions. See, Cryptic Command and Bolt. I don't think we want Bolt. I think we are interested in Cryptic Command here. Go ahead and pass. There's some consideration for clicking them, trying to take away, but probably just look to resolve Lingering Souls again. But yeah, this is most likely Pox, so. Alright, so we play Island. I mean, we could thin our deck, but we're still doing the same type of nonsense. Inquisition of Kozilek. Sure. Go ahead and take the Vendilion. Dropping us to 18. Probably flashing back souls. Or 5. So I think I gotta go ahead and counter this and draw a spell. I mean, it's possible they have something like Smallpox here, but I think that almost affects them as much as it does us. Which is probably what they're gonna drop here. Or not. Tarmogoyf. Okay, apparently they're just Abzan. So 1, 2, 3. What do they even keep here? Let's just kill them. No sense in screwing around. And play an Emrakul and just kill you. So we're just up against straight up Abzan. Alright, so we want Izzet Statcaster, want Roast, likely want Blood Moons. What do we not want? Spell Snares are pretty good in this matchup. What cards are not good in this style of matchup? Bolts aren't great. They can sometimes kill Tarmogoyf, but not always. Probably shave a Vendilion and want to leave Electrolyze around. Maybe shave one Snapcaster because they're probably bringing in whatever graveyard hate they have. So, all right, one more game hopefully, and then it will all be done. Do apologize for eating here on stream. So. One land, double Serum Visions. I think we keep this hand. Specifically because of the double Serum Vision. Keeps their 6. Alright. So I'm gonna fetch. I think we fetch a Steam Vents here. No, it does make Blood Moons worse. I do want to. Huh. Well, I think we have to keep both of these. And just look for lands, pretty much. Hope they don't have too much discard. Alright, Tarmogoyf. So the problem we have here is they have discard spells, then I think we just hold up Remand this turn. Because Liliana, I think, is the worst thing that could happen here. Excuse me. Sure, I'll take my 2. Hoping they play a spell here. Guessing Lingering Souls. Yeah, it's a perfectly acceptable card to remand. Okay, there's the Emrakul we know about. Cryptic Command. Well, I think we have to go ahead and Serum Visions here, hoping to hit a land drop. Okay, so we hit land. I think we can bottom a Breach. Agreed. Well, if you're referring to which one is like the worst to play against, we're talking with this deck specifically, or against just in general Death Shadow versus... Yeah, I agree with you there, Robinson. So Death Shadow kills you quickly, generally speaking. And Lantern just makes you hate your life. Lantern just utterly makes you hate your life. Alright, so there's a lot of different lines we can take here. Well, Lantern, I mean, from what I understand, Lantern is fun for the people that play the deck. It's not fun for those that play against the deck. So our opponent may very well... Nope, there goes their Lingering Souls. Alright, so... I think we go ahead and get an island here. Go ahead and through the Breach, putting in Emrakul. Then I think we attack with both to play around something dumb like Blessed Alliance. So... Wow, the dog is yappy tonight. Well, as a pilot, yeah. We have one local player that likes to play... Hey! I almost look like a genius. That's rough for our opponent. And we have click plus lands to kill him. So, or click plus, yeah, click plus lands. Yeah, that's a good combo. Vendilion click plus lands. Good combo. Good combo. All right, we have Jace, AOT. I think we go ahead and click them during their draw step. Let me see your hand, friend. See what you're working with. You can't fatal push this right now, so let's see what you got. Oh, okay, sure. I think this game's over. Joke's on you, I only draw lands. I do feel bad here, but it's just like... no sense in screwing around with this anymore. Let's just end this. Alright, well, 4-1. Once again, cannot complain about this with Blue Moon. So, turn to details. For those of you wondering the specificity of this list, here it is. Hopefully you can see it well. It's 4 Vision, 2 Snare, 4 Bolt, 4 Remand, 4 Snap, 2 Charm, 2 Click, 2 Electrolyze, Jace AOT, 3 Cryptic, 4 Breach, 4 Emrakul, various lands including 2 Desolate Lighthouse. Sideboards are Ceremonious Rejections, gotta hate Affinity, gotta hate Eldrazi, gotta hate Tron, Vandal Blast, Artifact Hate, by Force, Artifact Hate, Pyroclasm, Classics Return, Anger of the Gods, various sweepers. Roast, I'd probably want a second roast over the one Pyroclasm, or maybe over Vedelkin Shackles, tongue-tied. One of these days, I will swear I know English. Yes, we know English. And then one P.N. Kieran, which I'm perfectly fine with the P.N. Kieran. I probably want a second roast in the sideboard, either over the Vedelkin Shackles or Pyroclasm. As far as the which deck is good, better, best, which various Blood Moon decks are awesome, which ones are not, I'd say this one's definitely in the upper tier. I hope Mighty tunes into this later. 4-1, beat everything but Death Shadow. Death Shadow just tore us a new one, had a fast clock. Yes, and yours, rather. We will be playing... The last 2 decks we're playing in the series for Blood Moon are Garoya's Vengeance and All in Red. Those are the only 2 decks left to play, because those are the only 2 decks that are the best, quote-unquote, because they all went 4-1, so... probably the next stream will be Monday night. There's an off chance I might stream tomorrow afternoon, but it is more than likely going to be Monday night. Probably around 11:30 or 12 midnight Eastern Standard Time. So for those of you in other places in the world, I don't know what that is, Global Standard Time. I know it's a couple hours behind Global Standard Time, so that's when I normally stream during the week, is later in the evening. I have class on Monday nights, so I gotta stream a little bit later. So decided that is likely goal on my end because I have DSL. So therefore the quality can only be at so many kps instead of megabytes per second. So the video quality is on my end, not Twitch. So until I'm able to get faster internet, that is on my end. That is not on Twitch. So, like I know when I do restreams on Twitch, the quality is usually better. So that is on my end. I do apologize for that, but sometimes the internet you can afford is the internet you can afford. Anyways, everyone, thank you for hanging out tonight. If you like what we're seeing on this channel, feel free to hit that follow button. We also have a YouTube channel that's linked on the channel description down below. A lot of these videos end up posted like within a week usually. I've still got a lot of stuff to upload from earlier this month, catching up on videos. I'm usually doing about one a day because uploading a 2-hour stream does take a little bit of time, especially with the aforementioned DSL. So thank you everyone for hanging out. If I forgot any follows, I do apologize. I'm trying to keep up with all of them. I think we had 7 follows tonight. That's awesome. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Beyond that, this deck is pretty good. I've seen Sean McLaren play it a few different times. I've seen a few other players play Blue-Red Through the Breach. It seems to do reasonably well. If you're looking for a control deck that has a chance against Valakut decks, probably where you want to be, because both the Through the Breach combo and Blood Moon slow down Valakut decks. So, something to keep in mind. I know the blue-white decks can sometimes have their hands full with Valakut if they don't draw their land destruction part of their plan. Beyond that, gone 4-1 twice with this version. I think 4-1 or 3-2 with regular Blue Moon. So both versions seem pretty viable. Beyond that, I think that's going to do a wrap. Hope to see everyone in the stream again sometime soon. This is Dusk for Dusk to Dawn Gaming and on YouTube, and MTGO Tavern here on Twitter or Twitch. Have a good night, everybody.